The dating market, a place where there's no chance of success if you're not at least 6'1", making a 6-figure income and have a 9 out of 10 body. A place where Tinder is the new norm and speaking to women in real life is considered weird. Today we are gonna take a look into the modern dating market. This is gonna be interesting. We have to, because the incel movement is growing, the rise of the incels. And if you don't know what an incel is basically a guy who has given up on dating, who has given up on women. So this is a guy who doesn't have any sex, and not necessarily by choice, just because he can't get any women. So this would be a guy who didn't have sex for like half a year to a year, you know? It's quite sad because the incels are growing, like a higher percentage of men are becoming sexless because they have no chances of success in the dating market. Guys, it's time to rise because we don't want to become incels. Let's take a look at the place to go when it comes to modern day dating. And of course, it's Tinder, right? Tinder and other apps are fucking brutal. You might not understand this. You might think, well, if I'm looking for a woman, I would just go on Tinder because Tinder is very easy. You know, I can just go on my phone and swipe millions of women. But that's actually just quite stupid. And let me explain to you why. So I used Tinder for a few times in the past. I'm not using Tinder anymore right now. But Tinder... Okay, so I thought, well, let me just get a woman on Tinder real quick. So I would be swiping like every day. And you know you got like 100 swipes, right? So I would like max out my swipes every day, swiping those women to the right just to maximize my chances of finding a woman. I would do it for like around 2 weeks. And how many matches do you think I would have gotten? How many matches? Well, on average I got 2 matches in 2 weeks time. Like only 2. So I would send these women a real nice text message, right? Like, oh, do you wanna like hang out or stuff like this? And they would just ignore me. Like time and time again, they would just ignore me. And I would think, well, why are these women like that? Why, you know? So the effect of Tinder on my confidence was huge because I thought, well, I was an okay looking guy, but apparently I was not because I didn't got any matches, you know? Didn't got any reaction back from women. And there's a good reason for that, because men are swiping 50% of women. And if you actually look into the women are only swiping 5% of men. And they are only swiping the top 5% of men, the giga alpha chats. So 95% of men don't have, barely stand a chance on Tinder. And if you actually look onto the messages, like if you look at the average messages which a guy gets, like me, like only 2 messages. Maybe I would get a message someday, you know, maybe I would get 1 or maybe even 2 in 1 week, like whoa. But if you actually look into a female's message box, it's quite the contrary, because a woman would have like 50 different messages each time from different guys, because all the guys are liking her. So she has basically 50 guys standing in line for her, you know, want to take her on a date, and you are that one who sent her a message. Well, the chances of you actually, you know, succeeding is 1 in 50, you know, 1 in 50. That's a very small percentage. I think like it's 2% if my calculations are right. So you would have to be on your A game of text, you know. You would have to be a text god to actually succeed. And this is quite funny because they are not actually selecting a male on their, you know, personality, you know, characteristics, but they are basically selecting a male on their text game. And my text game was crap. I will tell you that. So I hardly got any women. Of course, I got a date, you know, once in a while, you know, and not that it was any success, but I got a date, you know. So Tinder is a lot different for women and men. So for men it's like highly competitive, right? So let's talk about competition. So because women are only liking 5% of men, right? All these giga chats, they get the attention of 95% of women on Tinder. So what do you think happens to a man when there is so much attention? He got 10 women standing in line for him. You know, he wouldn't even treat her that nice, because he knows, well, if she fucks up, I've just got 10 other women standing in line for me. And that's crazy, because so 5% of men have all the choice, right? 95% of men have barely any choice and are real lonely. So for 95% of men, Tinder is fucking brutal, because they haven't got any success or barely any chance of success. Let's look into another problem. Women are becoming more delusional than ever. And this video is not only about, blaming women, because it's not their fault. At least it's not their only fault, Men are to blame, society is to blame, Tinder is to blame. And of course, Tinder is giving those women a lot of confidence, right? Because they get so much attention from all these guys, Even ugly girls get so much attention. They actually did this, they did this experiment with a very ugly woman, and she would get a lot of messages from guys, right? And also when we look outside of Tinder, like the modern man is a simp. The modern man would do everything for a woman, everything to please her. He would chase her, he would buy her chocolate, he would treat her like a queen, So women are getting so much attention from men. Like on Tinder or outside of Tinder, they get treated like gods. And of course those simps won't dare to talk to her in a real way, telling her she's delusional or anything like that. No. They will keep telling her she's a queen, she's a god, she deserves everything. She's a strong, independent woman. And we basically live in simp fucking city today, because 90% of men are simps. So, and by the way, I am not in my real home. I have to take care of these cats, because I am in my family's vacation home. So it's quite nice actually, it's like a vacation for me. But let's get back to the topic. So, the dating women are delusional, the dating market is crap, and how should we actually survive the dating market then? Well, so the good thing is, most women are not looking for simps, most women are not looking for guys who do everything they tell them to do, who follow them everywhere they go, like good little doggies. No. Because most women are still looking for real men, real, strong, confident men who are the foundation of a family. Who can tell her she's wrong when she is wrong, Who can walk away any second if he has to, Because he knows that women isn't contributing to his process, And he has to place his process on the first step. Guess what? Most men these days aren't like that. Most men are simps, most men are losers. So that means only 10% of guys in today's society are real men. And that increases our chances of actually finding a woman. Because there are so many losers, there's a much bigger chance of us to rise, We can easily rise to the 10% of men. It's doable, So we Spartans now understand that we have to become better men, that we have to become real men to even have a chance on the modern dating market. Because guess what? If you are a simp, there is a really small chance you are going to be successful in the dating market. And yeah, the women will tell you, oh, I'm just looking for a man who is in touch with his feelings. She doesn't know what she is talking about. Deep down she wants a real man. She doesn't want a wimp. And to understand how to become a real man in the modern dating market, you should understand one concept. It is called the SMV, sexual market value, and this is very important. So we guys should increase our sexual market value to increase our chances of being successful in the modern dating market. So the sexual market value is like a combination of your looks, your physique, your clothing, and of course how much money you make, how successful are you in business, how successful are you in reaching your purpose, your intelligence, your success, of course your personality, and maybe even your game, your flirting game. So it is a combination of things that women are attracted to in guys. So what should we do to increase our chances in the dating market? Well, not all women are looking for money. Not all women are only looking for a good physique. So some women are looking for this, some women are looking for that. So to increase our chances of actually being successful in the modern dating market, we should maximize our sexual market value. We should maximize our clothing, we should maximize our personality, our physique, our confidence, our money making skills, everything. We should maximize it to actually increase our chances of being successful. Because guess what? Only a nice personality isn't gonna cut it these days. Only money isn't gonna cut it these days. Maybe it would have in 70 years. 70 years ago, if you had some money, of course, you could get any women you want. But today, women want money, women want confidence, women want personality, women want everything, It is a harsh reality, and this is because they have so many choices. They can connect with everyone in the same country because they have Tinder. And back in the days, they could only connect with the people in that tribe, like 150 guys, and that was their choice, basically, right? So, but today they have got millions of men. They've got that rapper, in line. They've got that other guy who is making 6-figure income. So why would they choose you? You're just fucking being lazy. Playing video games all day. You're still in school. You know what I'm talking about, right? You should increase your sexual market value for these women. And I'm not saying, when women are delusional and you don't have any chance of finding success. So women are delusional, but you have a chance because most men are losers. And you need to become the top 10% of men. And then we have maximized our sexual market value. And then, delete Tinder because you are not going to find a woman on Tinder. Okay, maybe you are going to find a woman on Tinder but let me just be honest with you. Like, Tinder is crap. Okay? Like Tinder, the chances of you actually finding a woman on Tinder are like very, very small. And you have to put a lot of energy in to actually get some results. And maybe you will get some results on Tinder, right? But there is a much higher chance of you actually being successful in real life dating, talking to real women. So, you should talk to real women in real life. And how to actually start with this. Like, this is quite a hard topic, and I am still struggling with this, right? I am not that successful in the dating department right now. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm very focused on my business right now, and I want to be more focused on women in the future. To actually find a good, valuable women. So the thing that I would suggest you do is you go on daily walks, because if you are just sitting at home, just like jerking off or anything like this, chances are you're not gonna just find some women, because you have to actually walk into some women, or you have to actually find some women. So I would suggest you go on a daily walk, and the chances of you actually walking into a girl are quite big. Or actually just go out of your house, go to the gym, go to the supermarket, go out of your house so you can actually find some women. And when you look, when you're walking in the park, for example, and you see a woman, walking your direction, you just make a small connection. You just laugh at her direction, This is quite a nice connection when you actually just laugh at a woman, And she will laugh back. Chances are she will laugh back. And this will give you a good feeling, by the way. So, if you just make these small connections, even laugh to women, maybe even say hi. And at some point, you can just step it up and actually go talk to them. So, what I always try to do, I try to make small connections with people. Like, whenever I go to the supermarket, to the gym, and when I see some girl, or guy, training next to me, I would try to make a small connection. Just a very small connection about something that is it's quite funny, or is happening, or, And when you just make a lot of small connections, at the supermarket, in the gym, when you go on a walk, very small connections, it's actually not that hard to talk to a real woman. And then if you actually find the girl you like, it's not that hard to talk to her, because you have practiced this all day long, all week you have talked to random people, and it's not that big of a step, But when you don't talk, when you never talk, when you never go out of your house, it's very, very hard to actually, all of a sudden make that big step in talking to her. So you need to go places where your ideal woman would go. And I'm not telling you go to the club because there are a lot of women there, right? Those women are not the women you want. Those are the hoes, you know? You don't want a girl who's drinking once a week or twice a week and who is like selling her body in a club, you know? No. You want a valuable woman. So maybe even in the library, in the park, you know, real places where a good woman would be. So, just to give you a small recap of the modern dating market. Tinder is crap, and the chances of you finding any women on Tinder are very, very small. Women get so much attention these days, so much attention, and that's when their confidence is skyrocketing. They get so much attention from Tinder, from all these sims who are following them, you know. 90% of guys are sims. 90% of men these days are weak. And that increases our chances of becoming successful in the dating market because women are not looking for sims. Women are looking for real men, you know, women are still looking for real men. And our chances of becoming that real man are increasing because 90% of men are sims. So how should we become real men? Well, first of all, we should increase our sexual market value so we can become more attractive to women. And then we should delete Tinder, right? And talk to real women in real life. And I think that's the way to go. And let me know if you have any successful stories after, you know, watching this video, you know, if you have actually talked to women in real life, because those are achievements, brother. Don't forget them, because all those small achievements will skyrocket your confidence. So, click on this video if you want to learn about porn, the destroyer of worlds. Spartans, prepare for glory.